Afternoon. This is Nita, Miss Panda, Mr. Kitty Blaze. The chickens are back over behind us somewhere. And sorry, I started working before I started videoing. This is that branch that came down. While I've been back here with the ladder, I've checked the roof. The roof is fine. Does that make sense? As far as hole-wise, I don't have a hole in the upper portion of the roof. The next goal is to come back and get this log in about 4-foot sections and put it up where my oyster mushrooms grow. So the long term, they will always grow because they like it there. Back where they're up over the driveway. Get that done, get it out of the way, and then go ahead and get a screw and re-screw this corner in. That's the first goal for today. I have several, but that's the first goal for today. So, you can see where I've already started clearing all the taller branches off. Again, sorry. I did mean to video. And then while I was clearing, I'm not sure which bird does that, but there is a nest. You see it? It's one of those that has, it's a hanging nest, so it's got the opening on the side. I can't get you a better picture without messing it up. Well, I'm sure nobody's nesting in it now. You know? The nesting season is over. I don't want to mess with it, you know, because it's cute. And if I've got it wrong and it's like a paper wasp nest, I really don't want to mess with it. But it's still cute. So, it's probably the best angle you can get from right there. So I'm pretty sure it's a nest. It's all good. Anyway, thought I'd share. Let me go on and finish getting the smaller branches off of this so I can get it out here with the chainsaw and get this cut down. I said about 3 or 4, probably cut the first cut there. Zoom out, neat. There you go. So it's, you know, 3 or 4 feet cut there and then another one there. And then the rest of it I don't need. You know, I'll just get it small enough so it can stay back here in the scrub. All right, let me get busy. Talk to you in a few. Chickens, I think I'm scratching for them. I'm scratching for me. All right, so this is my curve that comes down the hill and is right in front of my workshops. And I don't do this in spring because it gets tick heavy back here on that side of the road. That side of the road doesn't because I keep it cleared. So we've had a couple of cold spells. So the goal is to get rid of all the scrub that's along this wall. And there is a wall there. It's a dirt wall, but there's a wall there. There's even a stump back over there. And so I should be able to stand here at the cart when we're done and show you the stump, because I will have all that cut back for the hillside again. So, again, that's what's next. Now, none of this is going to go over where the logs are for the mushrooms. This is just one of those when I'm back here working in the wintertime. I like to be able to see, you know, what's going on up this hill. And I can't do it when this stuff is taller than I am right now. So, let me talk with the chickens, and the supervisor's over here telling me to get to work. And we'll get it clear. Talk to you in a few. Back here with the cart. Kind of where we left off. And bam! That's all that dirt wall I was talking about. And if you look right there is the stump. You can see it. Isn't that amazing? So again, 27 different reasons for that. Because there's a wall here, makes sense. Any tree that tries to grow right here is not going to be secure. It's always going to want to lean. And if it gets, you know, black walnut big, it's going to fall on the sheds. So I can't have a tree here. Now, excuse me, the ones that are back up the hill that are already grown, those are grown. Ain't nothing I can do about those. I'm not going to chop them down. I like a little bit of shade at the workshop in the summertime. It's just how it is. Second reasons, kind of in between this cedar and the stump, that makes sense, right about in the middle, which is probably right about there-ish, is where the gas shed needs to go, or the fuel shed. And I actually want to put it into the mountain, you know, 3 feet and then 3 feet wide and 3 feet back out. Put a French drain behind it, you know, and that way it's bricks. And then I can take one of those little, you know, those wire rack kitchen stands that are really cheap. Does that make sense? You put them in there, you put the gas cans on the wire rack inside the bricks with some tin across the roof. Okay, it can even have a tin door. 3 walls being in the, how do I say it? 3 walls being in the soil is actually going to maintain a cool spot even with a tin roof type thing. So, but it's not this year. That's not even today's plan. Nita's plan is just to make sure I keep this clear because it's the right place for it. You know, not in between the 2 buildings where it is right now. So it's in some shade. So anyway, that's that. I'm going to clean up this stuff, and then I've got to just go put the logs over at the where the oysters grow. Because that'll be the last I do with the chainsaw tonight. So, y'all have an awesome day. And everybody has left me, except for the chickens. So the chickens and I will talk to you later. So there's my log that does the oyster mushrooms naturally, all on its own. It has for 3 years. That's a big fat tree stump, and you can see where I put the other 2 log pieces, hey, leaning against it, but with their bottom ends kind of pushed into the ground so the moisture wicks up. And hopefully they will also long-term produce oyster mushrooms. I'm probably going to get some of my bigger pieces of wood and lay them up against this side as well, just to see if I can get it to self-inoculate, you know? All right. Talk to you a few. Or talk to you in a few. Kitty Blaze is scouting out territory. Supervisor Zach gets good, Mom, let's go. See? D'Artagnan is in freezer camp. Parthos is such a, we're getting ready to go into evening, and he's like, I'm gonna crow. Anyway, so this is the stump that I had set the power on last night, the little light. Now it ran out of power because it kept focusing on the leaf here, and it would blow in the breeze like it is right now, and this thing was just non-stop on, so it ran out of power by morning. So it didn't work this morning, but again, it was sitting way down here. So, having said that, I just put a couple screws in and raised it. The hard part is now that I've got it screwed to the... Exactly. Now that I have it screwed to the log, the solar panel is pointing towards the trees, not to the open area where I get the most sun. So, I know I'm going to have to play with it, you know, because the way these 2 attach, it makes sense. If I move this so the panel gets sunlight, then this isn't shining in my dark spot. It's shining over here, and I don't need it to shine over there. So it might be that I end up having to move it to that tree. There's just areas I have to play. You know? That's why, I won't lie, the light is just tied on. Does that make sense? Because the couple of screws that hold it in place tonight so I can test it, I can just zip it, you know, zip and unscrew them. Guys, you've already had treats. They're lying to you. You hear them? They're telling you I've not fed them all day. Which is why I don't watch TV, because my chickens lie to me. I don't need to worry about the TV lying to me. And then they get the point. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go check for eggs. And, yes, I'm not feeding y'all anymore. I'll put their light kibble in their dishes, so they like a little snack before they go in at night. They too know what the panda pool is all about. And when one drinks, they all drink. You know, what's up, chicken butt? Just a random thought. Thought I'd come over and check my persimmons. You can see where some of them are changing colors. That one's not changed yet at all. There's one, he's not changed yet at all. They're starting to, that one is. He's got a little orange to him, but there's like two up there, not changed at all. So, I keep checking. You know. Might be interesting to see if I could do a persimmon jelly or something. Just not today. That one's changing color a little. You're thinking about it. Oh, there's a whole bunch up there. I got eggs in my hand, so I can't zoom in. You know. Kitty Blaze is like, oh, it's a new area. I'm gonna go to the bathroom here. No, I'm gonna jump it. Ah, attack it. Attack it. Panda's like, we got this. All right. So, anyway, it's just a thought. No persimmons on the ground. Talk to you later. I know that the camera never shows how dark it is, but you can see where the two lights are on at the coop. It is dark enough for them to come on. And that one came on. Does that make sense? And it's kind of lit up right about here. So we'll see. I wanted to make sure it was going to work. And it doesn't look like it reads the shrub. You know? So, we'll see. We'll see how well it works. Give it a day or two here, and if I don't like it, I'll move it. Most of it I've got to see if it's going to get enough sunlight to stay charged. I know, it just went off. And then it's going to read me and come back on. All right. Talk to y'all later.